Hey guys, Lavinlin here. I am so sorry. I know it's been a really long time since I last posted a video here on YouTube, but I really appreciate everybody who stuck around and patiently waited for whatever story time I was going to share next. And if you didn't stick around, that's okay. Welcome back. Please come back. And if you're here for the first time, welcome to my channel. We post few and far between, but hopefully that will get a little bit better. The good news is I have a ton of new story times that have happened like literally just since I last posted. So there's just a lot of content like waiting to be made and put forth into animated form. So hopefully I can have some more for you guys soon. But, you know, hopefully you'll enjoy this one because I have taken an assortment of what I would consider some of my most traumatizing experiences on this subject, and if I titled this video correctly, you should already know what this subject is going to be about. Okay, so let's just get into it. So, you know, if you're not afraid of spiders, wow, you're really lucky. I don't know why we're all so afraid of spiders. I'm sure there's some good scientific reason behind it that somebody smarter and more qualified than me can probably put in the comments. I don't know, maybe we're all just unsure as to why we're afraid of spiders. Like, they're just small and creepy looking, and like, why are they designed with that many legs? Why is that necessary? Like, it's just a dot that moves really fast with a lot of legs and it sticks to you. Like, what is up with the sticking, right? Like, why is that needed? They have a lot of eyes and they just stick to you, right? Like, that's the thing about spiders. Like, you could smack it. I'm sorry, that's violent. But you could smack it and just it would maybe stick to you. Like, you can't guarantee what happens after that. Like, you know, it's just on your body and invading you. If you are, like me, and scared of spiders, don't worry. I'm not going to be drawing them realistically or showing pictures. I literally cannot look at a picture of a spider without gagging. I'm sorry, that's so rude and so judgmental, and like, I'm not over here trying to be rude to the spiders, but like, I just, I don't know. So, you know, if I showed a picture of a spider drew in realistically, I'd probably smash my laptop and vomit, and that wouldn't be, you know, a productive way to get more videos out anytime soon. So we're not gonna do that. Okay, so let's just get into some of these stories where we can mutually talk about some of the freakiest things that spiders have done to inconvenience us, because like I weirdly feel like I'm a little bit targeted. I feel like they invade my space a lot, and it's, you know, I'm not out in their space. Like, I do go outside, of course, but like, you know, I try not to be invading their tree homes or wherever they are, but you know, they love to come in my bedroom, and that to me is problematic. Like, you know, if I see a spider on a sidewalk, am I gonna bother it? No. Am I gonna look at it and maybe vomit? Maybe. Not to, again, not to be rude, but maybe. But you know, I wake up in the morning and there's just spider. No, no, they are literally breaking and entering. So, something I've noticed about spiders is that they have no respect for personal boundaries. And honestly, maybe I'm asking too much of spiders here, but I kind of don't really think I am. Like, spiders naturally just freak me out, and I kind of feel bad about it. Like, I get that it must be a hard life for spiders because they just wander into your house and they're like, ooh, it's kind of cozy in here. Like, we have air conditioning, we have heat. Like, I get that. And they're like, maybe I'll just stay a while. And to them, that's not breaking and entering. Or is it? Because deep down, I kind of feel like spiders know. I do. I think that there's a chance that they are smarter than we think they are, because a lot of the stuff they do, it just, you know, it seems calculated. I just want to throw that in there. But spiders just wander into your home looking for warmth, and if it was a kitten, you know, most people would probably be like, aw, kitty. But you take one look at a spider and it's like, oh no, it's ugly. And instead of using its words like, hey, that's not very nice. Oh, I'm sorry. The spider chooses violence. Like, I'm sorry, if you break into my home naked, might I add, I'm allowed to use mean words. I feel like that's just an unspoken rule. But beyond breaking and entering, most of my spider encounters happen with spiders physically assaulting me, so let's talk about this. I think one of my worst stories starts like any other morning. I'm waking up in my bed, which is right under the window, and seeing the beautiful sunshine through my curtains, enjoying some fresh morning air with my overly exaggerated yawn, and then I notice a spider's shadow crawling on the window. Now, my first reaction is like, seriously? Why the window, my dude? You've got a whole house to scale up. But then I squinted my eyes and dramatically realized that the spider's shadow didn't look right. It wasn't crawling on the window, it was crawling on the inside of the curtain. Gasp noise! My body moves before I can think, and I grab my half-full cup of water and dump it onto the carpet in a panic and trap the spider between the curtain and the glass. I realize that if I lift the cup, the spider will drop down into my bed, and what if I can't find it? I'm gonna have to move out. So I'm standing on the bed, holding the cup against the curtain, which is holding the spider against the window, and I start screaming for my mom. Mom! Please help, it's an emergency! Mommy! She doesn't come, so I peek through the curtain out the window and see that her car is gone. Aiden! I call for my brother to see if he's home. Aiden, it's an emergency, help! No answer. He must have gone with her. I realize in a panic that I'm home alone with this intruder. So I reach distressedly towards my phone, making sure not to lift the cup, and I FaceTime my neighbor, who is also one of my best friends at the time, and she answers. For the record, it's probably around 10:30 a.m. in the middle of summer vacation. Tammy! Girl, what? Tammy, I need help. There's a spider in my room and I just trapped it between a cup and the window, and if I let go, it will fall into my bed. Can you come help me? Then I'd have to, walk over there, and it's, really early, and I'm, laying in my bed, and, do you need more excuses, or is that good? This is serious, Tammy. So is my bed. It's all warm and soft. There's a spider in my bed. I can stay on the phone and talk to you if that makes you feel better. Yes, please. Why don't you just slide a piece of paper between the spider and the window and get it into the cup? No, the curtain is between the spider and the cup. If I move the cup, the spider will fall between the curtain and the window into my bed. Well, that was kind of a dumb way to trap it. I panicked and poured the water all over the floor to get the cup. Basically, after that, we stayed on the phone for about an hour, and suddenly I hear a knock on my bedroom door. It's my brother. Hey, Linz, did you need something? Aiden, have you been home this whole time? Yeah. I was shouting for you an hour ago. Why didn't you come? I was busy. I was shouting emergency. Yeah, I came as fast as I could. That was an hour ago. Wow, I wish I could have gotten here sooner. Basically, he helped me slide the spider down the window, but we ended up dropping it into the bed anyway. So, we found it though. R.I.P., you little sicko. And, weirdly, that's not the only time I've had a spider in my bed, or in my room. My room, really doesn't get spiders in it all that much, only 4 times. And as I'm saying that, I'm realizing that those are the times that I know of. One of those times was my fault, though, because I did try to turn my room into a rainforest, and I put a fully functioning pond in it. That is a long story for another time, and don't worry, we'll come back to that later. Anyway, the other significant time that I want to talk about was a year ago, and I was going to sleep in my room, and honestly, listen, I kind of can't believe I'm about to share this on the internet, but it's a little comfortable to sleep in the birthday suit, okay? If you don't know what that is, just don't Google that. It's in the naked, okay? It's comfortable to sleep naked. It's airy, it helps the blood flow. I know some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Not to make this weird, it's just sometimes it's refreshing, okay? It's relevant to the story. So I'm in my bed, enjoying the warmth of my comforters and just scrolling through my social media before I fall asleep, and I turn my phone off and set it on the table next to my bed. So, you know how at first it's kind of hard to see in the dark, so my eyes had not adjusted at this point, and I'm laying in the black abyss and closing my eyes, trying to fall asleep, and I feel this weird tickle on my chest, basically next to my shoulder, and that happens sometimes with my hair. So I pull my hair around and lay it over my pillow so none of it is touching me, and I try to shut my eyes again, but I still feel a tickle, and I'm like, what the heck? It must just be a loose strand of hair. So I grab my phone and shine it where the tickle is, and I think you can guess what happened next. This creepy little thing is crawling on my naked body, and I can feel its yucky little legs scurrying, and I'm screaming as if I'm being violently murdered and slapping it off of me as I fall between my bed and my dresser, because at this point I had stupidly put the bed and the dresser right next to each other, and that led to me getting stuck. So I'm laying stuck between my dresser and my bed, screaming as if I am being murdered at this small little spider, and it's literally looking at me. We're having a stare-off because it's now claimed the bed as its own, and I am trapped between my bed and my dresser. So I'm screaming, staring at it, and it chooses to get up on its hind legs and charge at me for whatever reason. This was a small spider. It's small, but it started charging at me. So I'm, like, laying there screaming, and it's 2 a.m. in the morning, so of course my mom bursts through the door because she's here for this one, and she's like, "What's going on? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Mom, there's a spider in my bed, it was on me, wait, I'm naked, don't come in, wait, no, just kidding, save me and come kill it." So I'm screaming, okay? It's a lot going on, and my mom saw me naked, and it was just really bad. So my mom comes over and kills it, and this was just a really traumatic experience because I did not need that kind of assault while I was in my bed, okay? I was traumatized from this one, and I did move the dresser, and I don't sleep in the Nikki anymore because that was too much. That stopped it for life. I did sleep on the couch for the next 3 nights because again, I was traumatized. The next story, we were downstairs having a family movie night, and I invited my friends Tammy and Denise to watch with us. And I went upstairs to get a glass of water, and on the top step was this giant, juicy spider staring at me, challenging me. I screamed, and it literally got up on its hind legs and started charging at me. And I kid you not, it chased me down the stairs. The spider ran after me fully down the staircase and into Tammy, who was coming up right behind me. So I'm screaming and literally Scooby-Doo jump into Tammy's arms, who falls back downstairs into the door that was right behind us, and we both go flying into the laundry room. And the spider is still chasing us, half falling at this point down the steps until my mom killed it. The spider was that determined to chase us that it started rolling and tumbling down the steps itself. And this was like a decently sized spider. Like, what the heck? Even my cat is afraid of them. He'll go full psycho on your arm, but if he looks at a spider, his hair is standing up and he's like, ew, no. The spiders also will charge the cat. They will literally attack the cat. You guys, okay, my last story, and literally the reason I chose to talk about spiders for this video, is because I think that this is one of the saddest and funniest things that's ever happened to me. Like, sad, I mean, like, tragic. Like, this was embarrassing and tragic and it was just not good. So I pull up at a stoplight with this car in front of me, and I had borrowed my mom's car because the roads were supposed to be icy. So this happened over the winter, like literally this last winter. And again, I borrowed my mom's car because my car doesn't really do that well on ice. And again, that's another story for another time. So when I got in my mom's car, I noticed a small spider web connecting from the mirror to the seat, and my brain was like, nah, there's no spiders in winter. It's probably been there for a while, and just no one noticed. And quick side story, if you ever notice that there's a spider web, like, on your mirror leading to somewhere in your car, it usually means there's a spider in the car. Like, not to freak anybody out, but I feel like every time I've ever had a spider in the car, I always see the web first. Like, it's just one web strand, and I'm like, all right, it's happening to me today. I've actually started leaving sticky traps in my car, and I was really proud because it actually started catching spiders. Like, I'm talking about, like, the sticky paper that you put down. I put that in the windshield, and I find spiders on it every week. I don't know how they keep getting in my car. I would like some car company to make a spider-proof car, please, because for the money that we are paying for cars, you would think we would not be almost dying by spiders every week. And by we, I mean me. I don't know if you guys have this problem, but I have this problem. So, yeah, actually, if any of you have any advice besides the sticky traps, please let me know, because I do not like spiders in the car. I don't want to die at the wheel because I cannot control my bodily reactions to that. I do not mean peeing my pants, but maybe I do. Okay, so back to the story. So I'm in my mom's car noticing the web, and I'm disregarding it because I'm like, it's winter. Spiders don't exist in the winter. That's stupid, right? So I'm at the stoplight, and I'm kind of thirsty because I'm driving to work, and so I grab my water bottle and I start taking a sip, and it's one of those big water bottles, like the Deer Park, like the $2 water bottles that you buy at the gas station where it's like maximum water. And as I'm taking a sip, I notice something weird out of the corner of my eye, and right there on my heckin' shoulder is a giant, like, juicy spider, like one of those nasty brown ones with the big butts, and this guy is like a quarter size too. Like, his body is like the size of a quarter. My fight or flight kicks in, but I can't flight because I am strapped into a car. So I kid you not, I lost my vision for a second. Like, I was so scared everything just went dark, and my brain short-circuited, and for some reason, my natural reaction without any thought was to spit the water in my mouth at the spider as hard as I could. So this dude is being hit with, like, projected levels of water that I am spitting and scream gurgling as I'm spitting. And at this point, I'm choking and screaming, but the spider somehow survived the water blast. Like, he's still on my shoulder. So I take another mouthful of water, because this is a big water bottle, and I keep spitting on the spider. Like, I kid you not, for about 10 seconds, I'm just sipping, spitting, sipping, spitting. Like, I don't know what was wrong with me, but that was my solution to this. And the spider is like hanging on for dear life. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm not letting go, right? Like, he's having a hard time too, but I'm just so scared. So, once I spit for like the 10th time, it looked like he was gone, so I'm like slapping myself, and still spitting, sort of like down, like this is one of those like half spits while I'm screaming because I'm just not functioning correctly like a person, and so I'm like drooling water and slapping myself, and I can't see the spider. And I suddenly realized that my foot is off the brake at this point, and my car is slowly rolling forward towards the car in front of me. And I'm screaming and slapping, and then I slam my foot on the brake, but I slammed it so hard that my hands hit the horn. And because I was still panicking and spitting on myself, I left my hands there. So I'm just stopped at this light, blaring my horn at the people in front of me and spitting on and slapping myself. Like, I kid you not, I do not even want to imagine what they were seeing in their rear view mirror. They must have thought I was some sort of crazy lunatic. Like, I could not stop laughing after this happened because it was just so embarrassing. Like, if it wasn't bad enough that I was spitting on myself and like slapping myself, like I literally almost ran into their car, and then on top of that, I'm blaring my horn at them. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. I'm so scared to know what they were thinking. Like, I never interacted with them after that, but I don't know. If they see this story, if you were the one in front of me, just know I'm really sorry. It wasn't you, it was me, okay? But I do want to say that right after I turned the light, I pulled over safely into a parking lot, and I got out and I found the spider. So, because this story does involve driving, I do want to finish off by pointing out a couple of things. This did really happen. It was a true story, but it's never okay to panic while driving. I have had spiders crawling down in front of me, and literally last week, one crawling across the windshield, even on me while I was driving before. But because I understand that, like, moving a high-speed vehicle always takes priority, I've been very careful never to panic in those situations and make sure to pull over as safely as possible. But, I do want to say that even for spiders, it's never okay to panic, behind the wheel of a car, because it's not worth you or anyone else's life. I think because I was at a light that time, I panicked knowing the car was stopped, and it just, my foot was off the brake all of a sudden because I was just panicking. But I did get lucky not to hit the car in front of me at that one time. But, thank you guys so much for watching and waiting so long for me to post another video. I'm so sorry about the wait. I do have more story times though, and I hope to get them up soon. If any of you guys have spider stories of your own, definitely comment them below. I do read all of the comments that you guys leave me, and I would genuinely love to read any, crazy spider stories, because it can't just be me. Like, I know it's not just me. But seriously, like, thank you so much to those of you who are subscribed to my channel, and I'm gonna try again to get you some more fun content more often. So can't wait to tell you guys some more story times, and thank you so much for watching!